mHealth, and we actually apply a USSD. USSD has been applied in different areas. Most of the discussions have been outside health, but I know we've applied it in Nigeria here to tracking of laboratory.
Hello.
For
Okay.
lab results that are not readily available within a small area. So when people send from different locations, one of the ways they could track if those results are ready is by using USSD. By the time you provide the sample ID, it checks the database and then provides you with the results if it is available. Thank you.
That's immense. I think that's immense. Sorry, what did you call the application again? I think I heard
Okay, we call it mHealth.
mHealth.
mHealth is used mostly for places that has poor, poor internet penetration. And you know,
Okay.
Nigeria as a country, currently we are just scratching 1/4 of the population size in terms of internet penetration. And that happened mostly this year because of the COVID. But as of last year, we are still like somewhere less than 40 million of the population who are using internet. We don't want to get into active internet users, which are currently less than 20 million in the country. But I'm talking of subscribers,
Okay, I don't know if you want to
which
share the.
currently I think we have
Okay.
like 50 million. And that one happened during this COVID. But before then, it was hovering around 40, early 40 something million. So we designed this for people who cannot access, especially at those poorly poorly penetrated areas, especially that have poor networks, so they could use their phone and access some services. It's also been used for reproductive health, like family planning and also malaria tracking. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the
so much.
contribution.
mHealth is the
I don't
name
know if you
again.
want to share the dial code with us, so maybe we can also try it out. I mean, just to play with it and see how it works. I think Achilles is also raising his hands.
Hello, thank you so much. Can I go ahead?
Please go ahead, Achilles.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's been a while without joining the team. First of all, I would like to thank you guys. So I will be quick with my question. I want to know, like let's assume I have a database. I have my application, like my web application. So in the morning, I want to start working on the USSD. So I wanted to know, cause the way I saw it, like from the code that you showed us, seems it is not something difficult. It's something like switch cases. So whereby you have to now to care about you have to care about the architecture behind it so that it can be smooth, it can be fast or whatever. So I wanted to know if I decide to start like my USSD in the morning, because I saw Africa Talkings. There is some bad times I started working like on the test, but because it was my first time and no one was there to help me or to assist me, so I gave up. So I wanted to know what apart of the being a developer, what really should I care about, or what are the basic should I what are, like, when you are starting like any programming language, they told you, okay, before starting this course you are supposed to have this tool, this ABCD, So I wanted to know if I start tomorrow in the morning, because this one was interesting. What should I consider? What should I consider? How should I test? How, in summary, so that maybe I can start. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Akiri. To start, yeah. So I very much very much with you on the fact that it can be a bit of, especially when you come from, maybe you're coming from web or mobile, it can be a bit of a dicey or a not too smooth learning curve. I remember when I started to, I think one of my bosses is here, Mr. Ayo, Mr. Odun, and one of my colleagues also, yeah, Tunde. I think it was is a bit of a learning. I had a bit of not so smooth learning curve initially, but once I got it, I mean, it was smooth, right? So I can relate, because you are there thinking that, I mean, how is this thing really working? When I dial this thing, what is happening? For mobile and web, you have a picture. But for USSD, you are just wondering in your head, what is talking to what? Please, I need to understand this thing.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so I believe as you begin to work with it more, you will have some understanding. So I will just run through some of the basic things that you should look out for. Number one, at least you should, the basic programming concepts. I mean, so you can do your basic functional programming or object-oriented programming. You can do basic if-else and all those basic concepts, irrespective of your language, right? I'll assume you are coming from which programming language do you use? Actually,
Well, I'm good in Java and PHP as well. So any of them, I can use them.
I think for you, PHP is great, right? PHP is great.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you the basic programming, you are able to do some if-else, some logic with your language, right? So that's one part. Now, I think the other
Okay.
part is to now look at for, okay, which system am I integrating to? So for example, I think you can go to Search Africa is Talking, right? I think they have a very nice environment set up for developers that are willing to start their journey on the USSD platform.
Yeah.
So what they give you is, I think they have some sort of API specification that you need to study, right? I don't, maybe if you have been working with APIs, right,
Yeah.
you would know that what you need to do is at least you need to do some logic and then expose an API to any system you're integrating to. So so you need to conform to the API specification. That's the second thing, right? So you're able to develop a mini service that does something and then conforms to the API specification. That's the second thing. The number three is, I know they will usually provide some sort of environment where you can create a USSD string and then that, say that this is where so I will assume you have deployed your application, you have like a URL for your application. So you can slot in on that interface, you can put that your URL there where you have your service there. I mean your endpoints. What I mean, your endpoint, you can slot in your endpoint such that the USSD application on their own side or their client is able to talk to your own backend, right? So you also need to study their API specification and look at how you need to carefully study how the request and response cycle will be like when their request body, when they are requesting with this, how should I respond? So it's basically the journey of that API and how you are requesting, how the request is coming and the response is coming. So those are things that you should look at normally. And then I would like to add, like I think you mentioned testing, that you also want to look at testing. So you need to probably get a testing tool. Personally, I use Apache JMeter, right? So you need to get a testing tool that you can test, like when, for example, 2,000 people are using my application per minute, how will it look like? Right. So those are some of the things that you should just look out for. I believe with those things, and I mean with the help of maybe someone who also has worked on USSD, right? I believe you should be on the way to doing something with USSD.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. In fact, thank.
Oh, sorry. I think someone tried to.
Yeah,
okay.
the the testing application you said? I think Apache something.
JMeter. JMeter.
JMeter.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, I think you're trying to say something.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, really.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dari. Do we have any other question? Does anyone
I think I like
question or contribution?
I think I like Mr. Odun to talk and Sunday to talk.
Okay. Kiftunde?
I think without them contributing on this platform, it's not complete.
Yeah.
I don't have any contribution. No.
Oh God, now you be
Ah,
USSD
tell
for
us-
access
tell us your
line.
experience, sir.
You have to contribute.
I'm telling you.
It's not complete.
Well, I would say that Dari, you did a very good job. I was also following the explanation. So I think everybody would be like very clear with what USSD is. So maybe just to add one thing to the application, there's a platform I came about recently, and I was thinking around some ideas around it. So where you can have like an hybrid app. So hybrid app, like you have an Android app, but then in the absence of internet, that app can now ride over USSD, so that you can guarantee like 100% of the time the app can work offline. I don't know if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if there is internet, it uses like configuration within your app, and without internet, it just sends a USSD session for you. So when I was doing research, then I found someone that actually built something like that, and they already have like an SDK. So maybe you guys want to just take a look at it. This is just for future, as USSD evolves, because USSD innovation would only happen in Africa, honestly, because USSD people don't use it here. Some people don't even know what it is. In Canada, people don't know what it is. Not the general people, IT people. Because the GSM window was very short. If you get what I mean, it was very short for them here. GSM came, and then not too long, the web just came, and because of internet penetration in the Western world, it's like 90% to 100%. So people don't even do anything outside the internet. We use internet for everything, for television, for everything. So because of that, they skipped USSD. They skipped that technology somehow in most. I don't know about Europe, but in North America is completely like unknown for most people. So the best innovation on USSD will come from Africa, trust me. So, and for us that we're like in the field, as devs, we can also think around what we can do. And an hybrid app will be one of those things. You can have a kind of app that works even without internet. That would be very great. So I shared the link. We can read up on them. I don't know them, or I'm not promoting their platform.
Yeah.
I just came about, and I'm like, okay, this is good to share. So thank you so much, Dari, and everybody that has contributed. I think I like the health side of it too. Was it Akili or was it Elvis that was talking about how they were using it to collect malaria and family planning information?
It's Sido. He's a medical doctor, actually.
Sense.
His name is Sido, a medical doctor.
I see. So that makes a whole lot of sense. And there's also the push part of it, where you can do USSD push. So you can use that one for advertisements, where when the USSD menu just pop-ups on your phone and just tell you something. I think Access Bank also uses it to advertise payday loan. So it's a push message. It just pops up on your phone.
Hello, sir.
So that was awesome. Thank you so much,
Thank
guys.
you, Odo.
Okay. Oh, we have less
Yeah.
than
Mr.
4
Dari.
minutes. Another 40
Today and
minutes
Dare,
is.
we'll catch up later.
Okay, thank you, Odo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Mr. Dari.
Thank you
Hello.
so much. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so are we closing?
Yeah, because we have less than 4 minutes more. The 40 minutes is already elapsed again.
All right. Maybe
Nice.
I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe I'll
on our
contact
group.
you then.
Yeah, on our group
Yes,
chat,
yes.
the conversation can always go on there.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, thank you
All
so
right,
much,
Elvis. I'll be expecting
everyone.
your question on the group.
Okay.
Sonny, we can explore Google Hangout now. What do you think?
You said
I think it stays longer.
Google Hangout.
Yeah, it's free.
Although we've made arrangements for the paid version of this, where
Okay.
at least one of us would be assisting us with that. Where would this limit?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Right. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. It was really a wonderful session. Dari, thank you so much for the wonderful time introducing USSD to us. So the group chat will be open. I want to welcome Joshua as well as Sido. They are just joining us for the first time. You're very much welcome. We actually do this every Sunday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. It's just a session for us to hang out and discuss things that are relevant things, not politics, relevant discussions, IT, business, things that are relevant. So we just hold this 1 hour, is mainly 1 hour, but today, unfortunately, we started late. So that's why it's extending to this time. But hopefully, by God's grace, next week, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., the session would be, we'll be having another session. The topic would be shared with us. Maybe if you don't mind, if I can add you guys to the group so that it's a WhatsApp group, so that in case you have questions or any contribution, the conversation can always go on there. So thank you so
Sunny,
much.
thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very much. I would be exceedingly humbled to be part of the group.
All right. Joshua, what country are you? Sorry.
I'm from Uganda.
Uganda. Okay. You very much.
Africa, yeah.
All right. So I'll add you. Sido, would you mind? Okay, maybe I'll chat you up if you don't mind. I'll add you to the group.
Sunny.
Yes. Akili.
Happy to have someone nearby me. You know,
That
Uganda
is
and Rwanda.
Rwanda. That is we're growing. We're growing.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, sure. Thank you
Let's
so much.
have a wonderful
brother.
week, and let's do something exploitive, something interesting this week. Have a great week ahead, guys.
Thank
All right,
you.
thanks, Darian, everyone.
All right, bye. I will upload the
Bye.
YouTube channel so you can always watch.